You go.
Awesome. Okay, just to reiterate what Coach Bushman said about trusting your young men into our care during the time that they're here, we do want to cooperate with you as parents in helping to really raise them as young men. It is an interesting phenomenon in America that we have this age category of adolescence, and it seems to be getting longer and longer and longer that people are seeking to remain as adolescents and really believe that we want to raise men in this room. Everyone agree with that? We want to assist you in that process, okay? And so thank you for your trust to us. We really, our CAVS motto, we take to heart character, attitude, victory, and scholar, and we will emphasize character on a daily basis, both modeling it and insisting that the boys abide by that. So the rules and the disciplines and the expectations that the players have, I want you to know that we as coaches are applying those same things in our lives, both on and off the field. It's not like we're pretending in front of the kids, it's what we are really living so that they can see it modeled in front of them. And we want to support you in that way as well. Also, if you're struggling with one of your kids in the area of discipline and they're not respecting you, we think that that's an important part, that they should be respecting you more than they're respecting us, right? I mean, that's important. You're their parents. And so we want to support you and elevate you in their eyes. And so if there's something that we can do to assist you, we are but a text message away or an email away. You let us know, and we'll encourage that. Does that make sense? And so I want to help you in that way. A couple things I want to let you know about. In the weekly schedule, our games are on Thursdays, and that leaves Friday. Our Friday is like the varsity's Monday, okay? And so we're going to be covering a number of things on Friday that will be implementation for the following week, and we hope to be giving them some information for our upcoming opponent. The goal is for them not to lose it on Saturday and Sunday, but that they would actually spend time looking at it and reviewing, so you can help us be successful against our opponents by encouraging them to review the information that we give to them. In addition, that S in CAVS for Scholar, on Fridays we will have a 1-hour study hall before we actually go into the implementation. We take their books, and if they haven't filled out their planning book and their homework assignments, we make note of that. And it's something that they will pay for in regards to, or through the donkey system. We want them to learn very early on that they are responsible. Again, that idea of extending adolescence is a lack of responsibility. Well, we want to encourage them to be responsible for their own actions. We've already told them if they don't show up to practice, they're not to point their finger at their parents and say, well, it's because my mom couldn't get me here on time. If they don't come with some of their gear, you know, it's not because somebody took it in the locker room because I left it out when I went to go get something. If you left it out, it's you. Now, granted, no one should be taking anything, and we understand, but the idea there is that they begin to own responsibility. So, again, with their education and with them becoming students, we want them to be successful. We're going to help them. We're going to provide that study hall. Most of us, I know Coach Wilkins as well as Coach Hewitt and others, we've had at least some level of education. If we're struggling in our own math, we'll find someone who can assist them with their math if they're struggling. Does that make sense? And so we want to help that way. So their daily planners, it really would help us if you would also take a look at those kind of on a daily basis, make sure they're actually writing something down in them and what their assignments are, when those assignments are due, so that when Friday comes, we're making sure that they've turned things in appropriately, okay? So a normal week for us, let's start with that Friday. We have our study hall, then we go right into our walk through defense and walk through offense. It's just letting them know what our next opponent is, and new plays that we may be implementing, new defensive fronts that we may be looking at, coverages. We walk and talk. It's a shorts and no pads day. So shorts, cleats, they should have their cleats with them, and athletic shirt, if you will. Again, let me mention this, or at least let me mention it first. Coach Wilkins made it very clear at practice on Monday we would really like the boys to be coming in gear that represents the colors of our school. Okay? So blacks, reds, whites, and shades of gray. Those would be great if they could be wearing those. Some of the boys asked, well, what about the stripes on the side? If there's gray shorts with a neon stripe, that works, that's fine. But we'd like to keep those base colors. It's colors like blue, we really would like not to see. Green, gold, we really would like not to see those colors. I know there's Oregon Ducks, and I know there's Beaver fans in here, maybe even a few Viking fans. But the deal is, we'd like to keep it the school colors, develop some pride there. Does that make sense? So if you can help us with that, that would be really helpful. So Monday, we have that study hall, then we do the walkthrough, and then we want to inspire the kids, or the men, to be at the varsity football game. They can wear their jerseys, they can be up in the stands. It would be helpful if they wore, again, the school colors, show some pride and support for the varsity team. Saturday is the day that they have off. Again, we would encourage them just on that nutrition stuff. We would encourage them in their normal routine, getting up at an early hour, not sleeping in until noonday. And every parent said, I'd like a little privacy, let them sleep till noon. No, you want them to get up also and get into their chores and do their activities. Sunday's a day off for them. We come in Monday, they're in school. We want them to be at every class. They should show up on time. They should represent the team well and demonstrate what it means to be young men of character, proper attitude. We would encourage them, if there's not assigned seating, to sit toward the front. Make sure they're taking notes, be respectful to their teachers, etc. We have teachers on staff that will be letting us know if they have a teacher that believes that one of them is being disrespectful. It'll go to Coach Wilkins, or it'll get to Coach Rowland. It'll get to us, and it's not a very exciting thing for them in practice on that day with the donkey. So we really want to encourage that. And then practices will generally go from about 3:45 up to 6 o'clock. We are going to be conditioning in a progressive manner. We want our team to be the best in shape team, so the boys are going to be conditioning. Most of them, we've already discovered, have not done a whole lot of running during the summertime. So they're discovering that they're a little out of shape. We would like to run a relatively fast huddle, both offensively and defensively, guys bouncing around, so we will be getting them into shape. This week was very, very mild. It picks up on Monday. Their expression to you probably is that it has not been mild. But it has been mild. So it is going to step up. Some of the bigger boys, some of the bigger men, excuse me, there's a little bit of work for them. So as parents, you can encourage them, let them know it's for their own good, if you will. The Monday practice sometimes will go a little bit beyond 6 o'clock. Okay, the truth is sometimes we will go at least 15 minutes over. Please be patient with us. I know you have lives, you've got food in the oven and all that kind of stuff. We will try very hard not to have that happen on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Mostly, if it's going to go long, it'll be on a Monday or Tuesday. Those are our days of heavier hitting. Okay, and so we'll slow down sometimes in the midst of the practice to make sure that everybody's understanding what's going on. It takes our team periods and stretches them out a little bit. So we're asking for that grace on Monday and Tuesday. Wednesdays are our day where we are doing primarily our situational stuff. It's shorts and shoulder pads, and we will go through offense and defense entirely, all the plays that we expect to see from our opponents, so our defense knows what's going. We would call it a perfect play scenario, and then we will go through all of our special teams. We do a quick situation scenario, and they generally get out about 5:30 on Wednesday. Okay? And we know that if you're a faith family, many churches have their youth activities on Wednesdays. We want to make that possible for the kids to be involved in that. Thursday is game day, and game day for us is a pretty important thing. It has been a tradition at the school, certainly. I've been coaching here for 11 years, and for the 11 years that I've been coaching here, there has been a voluntary chapel. There's a voluntary chapel that is initiated by the Fellowship of Christian Athletes here at the school. It's a school club. It's a great thing. If your son would like to be a part of it, it's just voluntary. He can be a part of that. Then we get right into, if we're traveling, we'll get on the bus, we'll take our stuff. You've probably already been invited to be a part of the Gatorade Brigade and the protein bars and that kind of stuff. And let me just say this, we really do need your help we have some assignments that we're looking for. We need dads that'll help with the chain gang on our home games, clearing the fields, even just picking up and making sure stuff gets put away. We have filming that needs to happen. We'd like to have 2 cameras running, one that is a continual roll so that parents can get copies of the film at the end of the season or after each game. Maybe copies of that would get made. We do have a duplicator, but I don't have someone to do the duplicating, but we'll figure that out. Maybe it's you that would help do that. And then we have some coaching assignment in terms of how we do the film, each play, kind of zooming in, getting a little closer, so we can use it as a coaching tool with the students. We do watch the game film on that Friday right after our study hall, jump right into the game film, then we pop out. We don't watch the whole film, we just watch as much as will be useful to train the kids, to coach the kids, bring them up to speed if they had some things that they didn't do right, or if they had some things they did do right. We want to point all that kind of stuff out and help them in the coaching area. So that's all I really wanted to cover with you tonight. That was probably more than I was actually initially going to do. Eddie, did you have anything you wanted to add?
Yeah, a couple of things, because a lot of you guys are new here at school. If your son's going to miss school, all right, appointment, doctors, or whatever, he needs to be at 2 classes in order to play or participate that day. If he's going to be gone the whole day, you need to call the attendance office or the athletic office and tell them, usually it's our athletic secretary, if you tell Lori what's going on, Jeff Bergman, our athletic director, will clear that. That if he's gone for an appointment all day and he comes and he thinks he's going to play in the game, they will not let him unless you've okayed that and Jeff's okayed that. So make sure you take care of that. The progress reports, another thing we do is, especially with the freshmen, a lot of your sons will get buried the first couple of weeks of school. They're going to see senior girls out there and they're not going to be paying attention. They're going to have no idea what's going to hit them. If they get buried, what we do, the progress reports come out at the end of September, and we get them. So we look at the kids, and if they're struggling in the classes, and when we say by struggling, below a C. So if they have a D or an F, what we do is we put them on a plan of assistance. So they get a little sheet of paper, and they go around to all their teachers, and they get it filled out by the week. So on Wednesday, we get that sheet, and if Johnny's done better this week than he did last week and he upped his grade, he's okay to play. If he missed his assignments and didn't turn them in and his grade got lower, then we don't play him. And it's not a discussion, we just don't play him. And it's not going to be something that we sit down with the parents and say, you know what, it's okay this time, because it's just not. It's not okay. And so just so you guys know that we're not here to bury your kids, we're here to help them. And usually with teachers, they have a kid that comes in, your son's going to have to go in the morning. That's why we start school at 8:45, that there's times for your kids to meet with the teachers and get that grade up. And I'll be honest with you, it's so darn easy to get your grade up. It's usually from a lack of effort that they don't get the grade up. So we do those things too, okay? So just let you aware of that.
Awesome. Thanks, Eddie. Coach, you.
Yeah, question.
Oh, I just wanted to know if they were like held out of a game because of their grades or for any reason, they still need to come to the game and sit.
Absolutely.
Sit there.
Yes.
Okay.
And the other thing, David, we forgot to touch on, is on Thursdays, your son's gonna miss a class. And it's a bad deal if your son has math class and he's struggling in math, and all of a sudden on Thursday, he misses the whole period. So what we suggest to the kids, and we'll talk to them about it, to make sure you really emphasize that at the beginning of the week, so it gives them a couple days. If they're gonna miss math for the period because of the game on Thursday, they need to go in and see that teacher Monday or Tuesday. And they might need to get in the morning then on Thursday to make up some stuff or to learn what they're missing on Thursday. So it can get a little overwhelming with that, okay?
Awesome, awesome. Good question. Let me just say this about being a part of the team. As Coach Bushman mentioned with the varsity, every young man on the team will have a role, a specific role. And our goal at the freshman level is certainly to get every young man on the football field. Does that make sense? During the game, to get them on the field. 2 things that we don't want to see happen. Number 1, we don't want to see a young man not have a good experience. Okay? We feel as coaches that's our responsibility to help them have a good experience. Secondly, we don't want to see anyone get injured, so we won't put someone out there if they don't know what they're doing. Their responsibility is to learn the plays and learn the assignments, because it's been our experience that when a boy doesn't, or when a young man doesn't know what he's doing, he won't go full speed. And when young men don't go full speed, and there's 20 other men out on the field going full speed, someone's gonna get hurt, and it's the one who's not going full speed. So we really, really emphasize they must learn the plays. Some of your sons have already asked for playbooks, and we will be going over with chalk talk like this, drawing them up. Most of the linemen already have their spiral notebooks. What's that?
It's my fault.
No worries.
I got lost.
That's okay, I know these guys. They're all right. Anyway, we'll be drawing them up so they can have their spiral notebooks and draw them up. Then they can study them at home and understand what their assignments are, so they can go full speed, so they can be prepared when their name gets called to be out on the field. Does that make sense? Awesome, awesome. I put my phone number up here. As Coach Bushman said, if your son is going to be missing practice, he can call. He can call. Or he can text. I would love to hear from him rather than you. I mean, I love you, I'm sure, already. But it's a responsibility thing, and he needs to call beforehand. Does that make sense? If he calls us after the fact, practice is over, and that's not helping us. I mean, it's good to know that he's safe and all those things, but we need to know ahead of time. So I would like not to have my number necessarily handed out arbitrarily, because I don't need to be receiving texts, you know, at unusual hours or some forwarded YouTube video or something. I don't know. Anyway, and if possible, let me just say this up front. I don't have your number in my phone likely. So when you text and say, you know, my son will be at practice today, I don't know who you are. All I have is about, you know, 9 numbers that showed up, or however 10 numbers show up on my phone. So you got to identify who you are. This is so-and-so, such and such is mom, such and such dad, if it ends up being you the one texting, okay? Does that make sense? So help me out with that. I won't save your number in my phone, because I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that. So anyway, all that being said, help me out by identifying who you are. And if they are the ones who text, please let them use their first and last name. And that helps us know exactly who it is. Does it make sense? Awesome. Any questions?
What can we expect for the Thursday game time to be?
Our game times are 4:30, and 4:30, generally speaking, we're done by 7.
There are some 4 o'clock games when soccer follows.
Okay, and if it's a 4 o'clock game, we're generally done by about 7.
The schedule's been out tonight.
Awesome. Scheduled with Kara.
Dress professionally on game days. We had heard that the boys needed suits.
Great. No, they do not need suits. Okay,
Awesome.
dress professional. Here's what they need. They need tuxedos. No. On game day, on our home games, they wear their jerseys and blue jeans and nice shoes. Belts, shirts, jerseys tucked in. That's on our home games. Away games, slacks, a button-up shirt with a tie. And we prefer it to be a long sleeve button-up shirt.
That's for school as well?
Yeah, they wear it at school all day long. That's their travel attire.
Right, thank you.
It's awesome. It really is awesome. Now, I will tell you that in the past, positionally I'm the offense and defensive line coach, and I will let you know that it's been a history from the time that I was coaching varsity. We had lineman dinners at my house on Monday nights. We won't be doing that with the freshmen because they don't have wheels and travel capability, and I don't have Monday nights free anymore because, well, I'm watching football. Anyway, but I'd like to have lineman breakfast on Thursdays. Denny's has a $2, $4, $6, $8 menu, and I'll let you know as we get a little closer, but that, you know, it kind of requires a mom or a dad dropping them off, and typically we have young men who assume the role of being a lineman, because they want to show up, whether they're a running back or whatever, and so that's all okay. We just call them lineman meals because we're trying to make linemen really a special thing. Anyway, so I will let you know as we get closer, and transportation back to school would be helpful if somebody would be available to do that too. That would be great.
I'm sorry, what was the date for the breakfast again?
We do it on Thursdays, game days.
Game days.
Game days. Kind of a cool deal. It's fun. Some of you are going to want to hang out. We'll see. Any questions?
What time did you get? Did you get there at 6 or?
No, we normally do 7:30.
What time do you leave?
We get done by 8:15, I think, and then we're back at the school by 8:30. I'll let you know, that's not written in stone yet. Saturday for the scrimmage. Anybody know what time we're supposed to be here? Is it 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock game, so they should probably arrive. I mean, here's the deal. They shouldn't be pushing the boundary on the far end. They should be seeking to get here with plenty of time to get their gear. Some of them have bumps and bruises already. Where's the Ingram family? Mr. Ingram's got a little ankle thing going on, so get his ankle wrapped. I wrapped his ankle one day because he was on time. Our trainer is back. She was in Chicago for a funeral. She's back. They come in, they need to get wrapped, certainly on a scrimmage day. If they got bumps and bruises, they should get taped. They should get them taped. If they should get in early to get a little bit of heat, like Mr. Short's back. If his back is still bothering him, he can get to the training room early, get 15 minutes of heat on that back. It's just going to help him out. Hardesty, where's Hardesty? Family. Okay, so his back's a little bit sore, so on Saturday, if he gets there early, get a little heat on that thing, it's going to help him. Does that make sense? Okay, and Vance family, where's Vance? Boop, over here. Osgood Slaughter. I mean, he should ice those things real good the day of the game, right? Okay. That make sense? Awesome. Any other questions? I kept you way longer. Ms. Vance.
So, we get the honor of putting on the barbecue, and many people have already signed up, but everyone is obligated to do a barbecue volunteer. So if you haven't signed up, Kara has what slots you can sign up on. And if all the slots are taken, Angela needs help with apparel. So just right underneath, I'll do apparel. So
It would
if you have
really-
not signed up, make sure you see her before you leave.
Hey, Sherry, I have the book from Kashina, and I'm wondering if that's where the apparel information is. I'll go out and get the car and grab it right now.
Honestly, gang, many hands makes light work. You hear it all the time. And it's an opportunity to serve. Probably the wisest man who ever walked on the face of the earth said the greatest amongst you will be the servant of all. Put your name on the list somewhere. Get involved. It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. It really will. Awesome.
So the help that was requested for the varsity games was Thursday night dinners, correct?
Correct.
And so if we're at games,
Yeah.
we just
No,
could,
I think you misunderstood.
Okay.
Our barbecue, what we do is put
Right.
it on the
No, I know.
varsity barbecue.
right. But I thought they were also asking for help for the Thursday night dinners for the
That's
varsity.
for seniors do it.
Okay,
Our day's coming.
okay.
That's awesome. Okay, we do have somebody right outside who wants to take about 2 minutes and talk about knee braces. So I'm unaware of this whole scenario, but it's going to poke in my ear. So if you guys can bear with us for about 2 more minutes here, that would be marvelous.
853.
And this is
Jason Leesman.
Jason. All right, Jason, the knee brace fella.
So, my name's Jason Leesman with Oster Orthopedics, and we requested to come out to talk to you guys in regards to functional knee bracing, preventative knee bracing for your students. We have a program called the Circle of Champions that basically allows you guys to get a significant discount on off-the-shelf braces, whether it be something rigid that's pure carbon fiber, linemen that have the potential to take lateral impacts. It's 100% pure carbon fiber brace. We've got 3 models. We have a Pro Sport that actually has 5 additional layers of carbon fiber. Makes it really rigid from a preventative or a post-operative standpoint. We've got some ankle bracing that simulate athletic taping at a reduced cost. Typically, you'll see these in DME retail stores for upwards $25 to $30. We do them for $9.99. CTI braces are normally about $436. Through the Circle of Champion program, we sell them for $250.
Is that a pair?
No, it's $250 a piece. So it's virtually like buying one, getting one free. And then what we always recommend is, throughout the season, depending on how long, they're gonna be in this, replacement strap sets, pads we look at team support to ensure that, your students are taken care of, throughout the whole season. Warranty on these, if you've got anything that happens, you can contact myself or my colleague Brandon Austin. So you have 2 lifelines locally that can take care of anything in regards to what your kids are seeing. You guys have any questions?
Keys,
All right.
anybody who's a set of keys?
Right here.
Okay, just a few more minutes and then we'll get out of here. New game schedules, please make sure you take one. The ones we gave you last time had a typo on it. There are 2 Wednesday games, and so please make sure you take a new game
So you
schedule.
got a previous one that has the wrong date on it, so you want the new one.
So, these are the sign-up sheets, and just want to say something just really quick. Our coaches are doing a great job with our sons, and they are really setting the bar high for our sons. And as I've started this process with the team and Sherry and the boosters and all that kind of stuff, I've heard from many parents that, it's always the same parents that will volunteer every year. And you know what? I would like to challenge us freshman parents to change that. And, they have the acronym of, character, attitude, victory, scholar. Well, we came up with our own for us parents, which is committed about volunteering. So I would just like to challenge our class of parents to be the class that's known as the volunteer class. We've got 4 years, and it would be very nice to, just have you guys, offer to do stuff and not have to always, chase. So that would be my hope and challenge for you guys. Anyway, here's the volunteer sign-up sheets. As you file out this way, sign up.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Oh,